Hi, this is Bruce Buffer, your voice of the Octagon, and you're listening to MMA Mental.
This post-fight interview is brought to you by MMA Mental, MMA Worldwide and YourMMA.tv. It is sponsored by Almighty Fightwear. For more post-fight interviews from the biggest promotions, please subscribe to the MMA Mental YouTube channel. Also, like MMAmental.com, MMA Worldwide, Your MMA and Almighty Fightwear on Facebook. And on Twitter, please follow at MMA Mental, at Your MMA and at Almighty MMA. I'm joined by Adam Big Gunner McDonaugh. Adam's coming off a huge victory at Bellator 116 against Nathan Coy, which seen him move on to the welterweight final at Bellator. Adam, thank you very much for joining me.
Hey, appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. Good to be back on.
Well, it's my pleasure. It's good to have you back on as well. Well, congratulations. I mean, this was by far your biggest career win. It's moved you now one fight away from the Bellator title. How did you feel going into this fight?
It felt great coming into the fight. You know, have a great team behind me, great bunch of resources, teammates, etc. So, you know, it felt great coming into it. Probably the biggest fight of my career. So, you know, we were good and prepared, and you know, felt really good.
It certainly was the biggest fight. I mean, obviously, you know, Bellator's a huge stage. I think Nathan Coy was probably the most known fighter that you'd faced as well at this stage. You know, at this stage, so it was certainly a huge fight. I mean, the first round went really well. I mean, he did take you down a few times, but you're always able to get back to your feet, and you landed some big shots. Were you surprised you weren't able to put him away in that first round?
Well, you know, no, not really. Nate Coy's a world-class fighter, and you know, I knew he was going to do anything he could to, you know, come back and you know, try and make a comeback after, you know, getting hurt pretty bad in that first round. So I knew he was going to be tough to put away. First round went really well. We knew he was going to put on the pressure right away. I was just trying to stick to my game plan, not panic when he took me down. You know, keep scaling the fence, get up. Everything kind of went exactly as we had predicted it would go. So,
in that first round, when you saw him wobbling, did you feel you were close to putting him away?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I was close. But again, Coy's tough as nails. I've seen him, you know, take the punishments with, you know, he fought Tyrone Woodley, and a split decision loss there. And him and Woodley were going at it, you know, putting pretty good damage on each other. And I've seen him take some beatings. So I knew he was going to be resilient. And, you know, it didn't surprise me that he was as tough as he was.
Now, going into the second round, with how the first round had gone, did you feel you were literally one punch away from getting the finish? Or did you think this was going to go further than what it did?
Yeah, I knew I was going to be able to let my hands go. I was very comfortable with the pace of the fight at that point. You know, I had planned on just kind of going out there and, you know, putting it on him and making him take bad shots if he did, and you know, finishing the fight for sure.
How nice was it then for you to get that KO? I mean, we talked about this being, the biggest fight of your career, but not only did you win, but you knocked out Nathan Coy as well, which is not an easy thing to do. So how nice was it for you to get that knockout?
Oh, it was, you know, it was awesome. It was you know, a dream come true to be, you know, in the ring with a guy like Nathan Coy, and you know, but at the same time, we know where we belong. There's really not an opponent that's going to step across the cage for me that I'm afraid to fight, if you will. At this point, we're ready for anything Bellator puts in front of us. So, you know, we got nothing but respect for our opponents, but at the same time, we know we belong here, and we look forward to competing.
After the fight, how are you feeling? You got any knocks? Because of course there's quite a quick turnaround in Bellator, so you'll be back in soon fighting again in the final. So how are you feeling after the fight?
No, I feel pretty good. You know, a little dinged up, but you know, that's to be expected with, you know, 2 fights in 2 months, and you know, really within a calendar month, 2 fights. But no, feeling pretty good. Like I said, I'm back in the gym. I'm currently in the gym as we speak, and you know, just looking forward to getting back at it.
Now, I mean, this has been, this is a tough tournament on paper. I mean, you know, your first fight was tough. This fight on paper was always going to be tough. But the next fight, the other semi-final, Andrei Koreshkov and Samuel Pease, that's a pretty competitive fight as well. What are your views on that fight, and who do you think you're going to face in the final?
You know, I really think it's a coin flip. I really don't know. I think both of them are great competitors. I've got the utmost respect for both of them. I think, they've got similar styles. They bring similar game plans to the table. I think it's going to be a great fight for the fans, and I think an even better fight come the final because, both of those guys put on a show, and, I think I've proved I do the same.
Yeah, you're right, they do, and you've proved that as well, definitely. Now, looking beyond that then, and I know we don't want to look too far ahead, but looking at the whole welterweight picture, we've just had a new title crowned. What were your thoughts on Douglas Lima's performance?
Honestly, I think arguably Lima is top 5 in the world, if not top 3. I've fought in the same card as Lima. He's a great guy. He's a monster. I do think if I get a chance to step aside that cage with him, I'm not afraid to let it all go. So, and neither is he. So it would be an exciting fight, and I hope I get that honor here shortly.
Yeah, well, you've done a lot so far. We've still got, of course, you've got one big fight to go, but you're certainly on track for that. Well, congratulations on an amazing performance, and thank you very much for giving me your time today.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it.
And before we let you go, Adam, I just want to give you a chance to do some shout-outs. So you'd like to shout out your Facebook and your Twitter, and then also any sponsors or anybody else you want to shout out.
Yeah, of course. First I want to thank my wife, who's my biggest supporter, and we are a team. I want to thank all my trainers at Get Some Athletic Compound, Brock Larson, Tony Martin, all my training partners, all my trainers at the Stellar Fight Gym in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Kristen Cohen, my trainers at CrossFit Fast Factory, John Swanson, Jeff Swanson, and coaches there. That's been great for my strength and conditioning. I want to thank my sponsors, C.H. Robinson Worldwide, world's largest and greatest third-party logistics company, Linex of St. Cloud, Kaiser Construction, Korean Fighter, CageBanner.com. I hate missing any. IRT Minnesota, Element Arms, Hell's Vapors. Trying to walk through it here. And anybody else that I miss, I apologize. But definitely thank you to all my sponsors. Thank you to all my fans. Thank you to family, friends, teammates, co-workers, etc.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I can't wait to see you step in the cage for the final.
Hey, I greatly appreciate it, and hopefully we'll be talking to you soon.